Do you know of a stellar leader or an outstanding organization that deserves a proper shout out? Nominate them for IBJ's awards. From 40 in their 40s and Women of Influence to Nonprofit and Healthcare Excellence Awards, we're celebrating rising stars, seasoned leaders, and organizations making a difference. Discover which programs are accepting nominations now at ibj.com/nominate.
The nearly $1 trillion bioscience industry, fueling Indiana's new era of dynamic growth. Why top Hoosier bioscience business leaders are coming together to map out what's next. And Northeast Indiana reaffirming its role as a leader in America's defense ecosystem. More on a visit by Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to a defense summit in Fort Wayne. Plus,
the first blood test for Alzheimer's to be used by primary care doctors was developed right here in Indianapolis. We'll take you inside Roche Diagnostics coming up on The Business of Health.
And how the crossroads of America is becoming a battleground for the travel center buck. Inside Indiana Business is next.
From Indiana's business news leader, this is IBJ Media's Inside Indiana Business with Gerry Dick, presented by Elevate Ventures and Indiana University.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gerry Dick. It is billed as a bold move to make Indianapolis and Indiana a global hub for bioscience innovation at the intersection of human, animal, and plant health. It is an ambitious plan that is beginning to take shape in downtown Indianapolis, where Indiana's top life sciences leaders gather to exchange ideas at BioCrossroads' annual Life Sciences Summit at the new Elanco corporate headquarters. A key component of the vision, the creation of the OneHealth Innovation District, anchored by Elanco, its new global headquarters along the White River, but with the potential to expand throughout Indiana. And this week, a major boost for that vision. Supporters say the pieces are falling into place along the banks of the White River in downtown Indianapolis. 70 acres at the former GM stamping plant site that could position the crossroads of America into the crossroads of bioscience innovation. Elanco Animal Health's new corporate headquarters and campus here is the anchor of the planned OneHealth Innovation District, envisioned as a global epicenter of innovation focused on human, animal, and plant health research, development, and manufacturing. Purdue University is also committed to a research and academic facility here to include wet lab space. The district will also be home to the headquarters of the Heartland Bioworks Tech Hub, which this week, in partnership with the Applied Research Institute, announced what is being described as a landmark agreement to provide globally recognized biomanufacturing training across multiple states in the Midwest.
We've all been working hard to how do we create a very compelling and unique offering here in the Midwest that will become a magnet for talent to come and get trained here around biopharma manufacturing. And so what we've done is look to kind of really the benchmark and world-class curriculum that's offered through an organization called NIBRT in Ireland, and will be the exclusive licensee and owner of that content and that curriculum here in a 5-state region. And then we'll be able to, again, be a center of gravity for anyone wanting to either get upskilled, or in college students wanting to get hands-on training experience.
The announcement of the training agreement was made at BioCrossroads' annual Life Sciences Summit, which focused this year on the OneHealth Innovation District and attracted the CEOs of Eli Lilly and Company, Elanco, and Corteva, and the presidents of IU and Purdue, providing perspective and, perhaps just importantly, a powerful image of support. One of the key leaders of that Life Sciences Summit joins us now in studio, Elanco Animal Health CEO Jeff Simmons. Jeff, as always, great to see you.
Great to see you, Gerry.
You were on that panel, one of the key CEOs there, and I thought it was interesting. It was a visual that represented collaboration, cooperation, and the kinds of things that's going to be needed to make this OneHealth district a reality.
Yeah, it's great to actually see it come to life when you sit there and actually see what's on stage. You've got two of the top R1 universities that we talked about today are winning in most every category in the science area, chemistry area, and biology. That's where it all starts. You need the young talent. You need to be an attractor of talent and then keep it here in the state. We know that's a key component. But what I really think is critical is you've got three of the top leaders. OneHealth crosses human, plant, and animal. And Indiana is home of three of the largest companies, leaders, and growing. We all three of us have momentum like we've probably never had in our company's history.
And if you think of about the roots of those three companies, Lilly, Corteva, Elanco, that's an interesting story.
Oh, we said today it's kind of we're cousins. So I think what is OneHealth? Let's go to Lilly Laboratories in the 50s and 60s. And as they were working through active ingredients, they said, hey, this may have an application in plants or animals. And in the 80s, there was a compound spinosad that actually drove, Elanco plant to become Dow Elanco, Dow AgroSciences, and now Corteva. And that compound, I shared a story today, over 40 years, has created over $15 billion of value. It started in plant, it went to pets, it now has moved back to humans. And that's an example that we say OneHealth can cross all those sectors, and we've got the best example in three companies. And now those three companies are independent focusing, but we need to actually come back and converge the science. The science platforms is where OneHealth happens.
Yeah, and I should point out your new headquarters, gleaming headquarters along the White River. It's kind of the anchor for this OneHealth Innovation District that you believe can not only transform Indianapolis, but be statewide as well.
Yeah, Gary, it's one example. I kind of say the tent's going to be statewide on OneHealth, but there's different poles in that tent, and I think a big one is where we actually had this summit. This 50-acre plus site that we've talked about with the headquarters, it's much bigger than the headquarters. So what we announced today was actually a venture studio where we're welcoming. Tonight I'm taking out to dinner many people, innovators that are bringing ideas, bringing active ingredients to say, hey, I want to bring it here. So the studio helps fund and incubate. Then we're going to actually have a research institute, wet labs with Purdue. And then we're going to have a scale-up lab where the biggest problem then is, hey, how do I make this product affordable and make more of it? And then we're going to actually put a vet clinic on site to actually apply it. That is moving and accelerating that 40-year example into a much shorter time.
It's also caught the eye of Central Indiana Corporate Partnership CEO Melina Kennedy, talking about districts like the OneHealth and why they're so important.
In terms of innovation, research, et cetera, in this area with all of these districts, but we also make it. And that's the thing, like we are cradle to grave, innovate, make, produce, distribute, all from this Central Indiana location. And we shouldn't overlook the fact that our airport is such an asset in all of this as well.
So again, more affirmation for this whole idea of a OneHealth Innovation District that again, you feel has statewide implications.
Statewide opportunity. I think we look at what the talent we can draw, the ideas, the companies that can be born here. And listen, most importantly, Gary, is we're going after the world's biggest problems. Human health, nutrition, food. These are big things. Environmental. Indiana can be the source of solving problems for the world with this OneHealth initiative.
Look forward to following the progress. Jeff Simmons, CEO at
Gary.
Elanco, thanks very much as always.
Thank you.
Well, coming up next, the federal government is back open for business. But the month-long shutdown could still have an impact on holiday travel in and out of Indianapolis International Airport. Details when we come back.
The challenges are real.
Type 2 diabetes rising faster among
Alzheimer's cases rising as population.
Solutions.
They said it'll never happen.
It's too hard. Nothing will change.
Can't compete.
You'll never solve it.
And we said, watch us.
Buying or selling a home is too important to go it alone. Realtors are on your side when it matters most, as local housing experts with insight that goes deeper than a set of search results. With a strict code of ethics and higher professional standards to protect your interests. And with a commitment to Indiana, standing up for homeowners and taxpayers, supporting our economy, and working for stronger communities.
Indiana Realtors, the neighbors you know, the experts you trust, will find your way home.
Kyle, what have you been up to?
Oh, you know.
Oh, I see it's not flossing. I just added some secret weapons to my toolkit.
Huh?
They help me drill down further, digging deeper than I ever could before. Into my business and personal finances with Lake City Bank Digital.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Now let's take care of that tooth.
Add sharper tools for your money with Lake City Bank Digital.
You are all set, Brian.
I'm Devin.
Whether you're coming home or coming here for the first time, this terminal, this place, is often your first impression of our city and state.
Indianapolis International Airport before the recent government shutdown. It is one of the 40 busiest airports in the country, looking to rebound now that the government has reopened. The shutdown snowballed into a shortage of air traffic controllers and TSA agents and flight reductions for passengers. It could take several weeks to get back to normal air traffic capacity, which could impact the busy Thanksgiving travel season. One of the biggest factors, how soon air traffic controllers will return to work. Indianapolis International was one of the top 10 airports to experience canceled flights during the shutdown. Overall, the shutdown cost the travel industry an estimated $4 billion. Well, Beck's hybrid CEO Sonny Beck led the effort to get a U.S. Customs and Border Protection office at the Indianapolis Executive Airport in Zionsville. It's expected to open next year and viewed by business leaders as a catalyst to attract companies to the LEAP Research and Innovation District in Lebanon. IBJ reporter Daniel Bradley has the latest on the project in this weekend's IBJ.
Here's what's making news around Indiana. Brought to you by the Indiana Association of Realtors. Indiana's 21,000 realtors. The neighbors you know, the experts you can count on.
Well, Northeast Indiana's role in the defense sector is very important. It has been for many decades. It's getting national attention this week. Businesses in the region like BAE Systems and Raytheon have been awarded nearly $2.5 billion in Department of Defense contracts over the last 5 years. Earlier this year, L3 Harris completed a $125 million expansion of its Fort Wayne operations. That project was designed to expand design, development, and production of technology for the company's missile defense and weather programs. This week, U.S. Senator Jim Banks hosted the 4th annual Northeast Indiana Defense Summit in Fort Wayne. Indiana has the highest concentration of manufacturing jobs in the nation, and nearly 4,500 engineers call the northeast portion of the state home. The summit this week brought major players from across the country and the defense sector to Indiana, including U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth.
We will award companies bigger, longer contracts for proven systems so those companies can be confident in investing more to grow the industrial base that supplies our weapons systems. More and faster. And that's good for big guys, small guys, and everything in between. More, faster.
Also a really nice moment at the summit. It included a special honor for U.S. Army Specialist Robert Drudy. He received a Purple Heart for his service during Operation Iraqi Freedom. Well, something in the water in Indiana. 3 Indiana communities spending millions of dollars on improving water quality. The city of Winchester opening a new $27 million water treatment facility this week. Meantime, city leaders in Anderson approved spending $164 million on a new water treatment plant. And in southwest Indiana, the town of Newburgh just approved a sewage rate increase to help fund a $35 million improvement project. Plans call for upgrades to the treatment plant and adding a 4 million gallon wet weather equalization tank. Work on the plant will start next year. The Indiana Department of Health has approved a Certificate of Public Advantage, or COPA, application that will allow Union Health and Terre Haute Regional to merge. Plans for the merger have been in the works now for some 2 years. The COPA approval is contingent upon several policies related to oversight. We have much more on this story at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. In Lafayette, the holiday season bringing a new, unique opportunity for small businesses. An initiative called Local is giving entrepreneurs a place to sell their work in a retail space along Main Street for 30 days. The goal is to provide brand awareness and attract new customers while providing a low-risk opportunity to test out concepts.
We hope it can help people
first determine whether or not this is a pathway that they want to take. And if it is, to ease that transition a little bit and help them, build a little bit of a following before they sign a lease and take over their own keys.
Participating shops will open November 22nd. Coaching and marketing support included as part of the rent for those businesses. Well, the Indiana Music History Project is turning up the volume and expanding its amazing Indiana Music Stores program. The organization just completed 50 oral history interviews with musicians and individuals from music businesses connected to Indiana. The videos are currently being edited, archived, and shared online. A grant from the Allen Whitehall Clues Charitable Foundation will expand the project next year. Coming up next, Hoosier innovation giving hope for those at risk of Alzheimer's. Roche Diagnostics leading the charge with a new biomarker blood test, what it means for early Alzheimer's diagnosis and quality of life. That's next in the Business of Health.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures.
Central Indiana is on the move, and the next big conversation is happening in Indianapolis. Join business and community leaders at Innovate Central Indiana, a powerful morning of ideas, innovation, and insight. Join us at the Westin in downtown Indy, December 11th. All part of our Innovate Indiana series presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate. Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gerry Dick, coming to you this week from Northwest Indiana, Jeffersonville, Muncie, South Bend, in downtown Evansville, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, Richmond, from one of the state's key entrepreneurial and innovation hubs, 16 Tech. Inside Indiana Business, Indiana's business news leader.
Every 3 seconds, someone in the world develops dementia, and Alzheimer's disease is the leading cause.
Indianapolis-based Roche Diagnostics and its new blood tests that could help target Alzheimer's in people as young as 55. It's the first Alzheimer's blood-based test in the world designed for the primary care setting. Business of Health reporter Kylie Valletta visited the company's facility to show us how it works.
Traditional vial of blood taken at your primary care office is changing how doctors can diagnose Alzheimer's, and it was developed right here at Roche Diagnostics.
Never before has this basic equipment been able to give answers about Alzheimer's, making a major impact in diagnostics.
I strongly believe in that. I believe this is a milestone in the assessment of Alzheimer's disease.
It's a major step forward because conventional methods require a PET scan, which is much more expensive, or a more invasive spinal fluid test, and both methods require a neurologist. But this standard Roche equipment, already in nearly 5,000 labs in the U.S., means primary care doctors can now do a traditional blood draw to identify which patients are most at risk for Alzheimer's and which are not.
When the test starts, it's actually runtime is around 18 minutes, and most of the laboratories actually can deliver a test result within a day.
Roche teamed up with another Indiana player, Eli Lilly, to develop the Alexis p-Tau 181 test. It looks for the same protein in the blood that doctors have traditionally spotted in brain images as the key indicator of Alzheimer's.
If a patient runs this test and have a negative result, this patient is unlikely to have Alzheimer's disease. If a patient has a positive results, then that prompts a referral to a neurology.
The primary care blood test means many more people will be able to get earlier Alzheimer's screening. Any lab with 2 common Roche machines can analyze the new test, and all advancements are critical, as Alzheimer's is one of the biggest unmet medical needs in the world.
We know as of today, over 55 million patients are suffering from dementia. It is expected this number raised to 150 million by 2050.
But Hoosiers are helping bring hope. Roche creating new diagnostics, Lilly making its new drug Kisunla to treat the disease, and Indiana University with a nationally ranked Alzheimer's research program, all on the front lines fighting Alzheimer's.
The final pieces are falling into place now, and Roche expects patients will be taking this test early next year. Gary, back to you.
All right, Kylie, thank you. Life-changing technology, innovation right here in Indiana. The new blood test is designed for patients 55 and older who complain of symptoms or are showing signs of brain decline.
Time now for our Eye on Education, brought to you by PNC Bank.
From the business of health to 2 Indiana institutions working together to improve mental health in Southwest Indiana. The University of Evansville teaming up with Riley Children's Health to expand mental health care training. Students working towards a PhD in clinical psychology will be able to visit Riley Hospital in Indianapolis and work directly with kids under the supervision of Riley staff. The program also includes a training and mentorship. UE has its own mental health clinic, which serves about 90 people each week. Well, hands-on experience for young girls with an eye on careers in science, technology, engineering, and math at the American Heart Association's 8th annual STEM Goes Red event in Indianapolis. The event at Allison Transmission's Innovation Center made a big impression on students like Julie Devine from Ben Davis University High School.
I got to ask a lot of questions, which was pretty nice because I just like to know like how stuff works or like the little details.
There no longer needs to be a difference between the ratio of men and women in engineering, that we can have an equal balance because there is nothing holding them back from achieving anything that they want in the space of STEM.
Really a great program. Nearly 100 high school students attended this year's STEM Goes Red event. Well, ahead for you, the battle for your buck at the pump and inside the convenience store. Indiana, the crossroads of America, why the state is emerging as a lucrative market for big-name gas and travel centers set up shop.
Buying or selling a home is too important to go it alone. Realtors are on your side when it matters most, as local housing experts with insight that goes deeper than a set of search results. With a strict code of ethics and higher professional standards to protect your interests. And with a commitment to Indiana, standing up for homeowners and taxpayers, supporting our economy, and working for stronger communities.
Indiana Realtors, the neighbors you know, the experts you trust, will find your way home.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures.
Central Indiana is on the move, and the next big conversation is happening in Indianapolis. Join business and community leaders at Innovate Central Indiana, a powerful morning of ideas, innovation, and insight. Join us at the Westin in downtown Indy, December 11th. All part of our Innovate Indiana series presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate.
Challenges are real.
Type 2 diabetes rising faster among
Alzheimer's cases rising as population.
Solutions. They said it'll never happen.
It's too hard.
Nothing will change.
Can't compete. You'll never solve it.
And we said, watch us.
I'm not gonna lie, I love the mac and cheese, like my favorite thing.
I'm from New York, so this is like a big bodega here.
I mean, y'all hot dog is the best.
It's just something about it. Chicken tacos are like amazing.
These barbecue brisket sandwiches are delicious. That whole spread is a good lunch.
Well, competition heating up across Indiana in the $900 billion convenience and gas station industry. Oklahoma-based Quick Trip, one of the latest big names to set up shop in Indiana. Another familiar name on the road, Wally's, which bills itself as home of the Great American Road Trip. The company currently building a $30 million store and gas station in Whitestown. Wally's one of many companies setting up shop in Indiana. The IBJ has been all over this story. Pleased to be joined now in studio by IBJ editor Leslie Weidenbender. And Leslie, welcome, as always.
Thank you. Great to be
here. So interesting. We'll get to Buc-ee's in a minute. That's the one that's caught everyone's eyes, I think. Wally's. I had not heard of Wally's, but they're investing big time, $30 million.
Yeah, this is going to be the third Wally's in this small but growing chain. Yeah. We're expecting many more. But they announced this a couple years ago, but it is almost done. We're looking at late spring, early summer.
Yeah, that's a big one. $30 million investment between location Zionsville.
Yeah, between Zionsville and Lebanon, 54,000 square feet for this, glorified convenience store, and we're talking about 84 gas pumps.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. Okay, the one that really got a lot of attention this week with the announcement that Buc-ee's, and I think Mickey Shuey had the story, had the scoop on that. Buc-ee's eyeing Central Indiana, 2 locations possibly, but the Greenwood spot is perhaps more
likely. That's the one we heard about first. Yeah. And Mickey has great sources that say that Buc-ee's, which is a Texas-based chain that is moving further north, that Buc-ee's has some land under contract to buy off Interstate 65 near Worthsville Road.
That's right, in the Greenwood area. Any idea when it comes to Buc-ee's or really any of these travel centers, why so much interest all of a sudden in Indiana?
That Buc-ee's in particular is getting ready to open a store next year in the Dayton area. They've been slowly moving this way, moving up from the south, and I think Indiana's just the next state in their plans.
Yeah. Yeah, as you look, Leslie, again at this investment, much of it, not all of it, but much of it along I-65 Quick Trip, which I've been to a few of those. Yeah. Those are very good. They're making big investment. We mentioned the Wally's is $30 million, so they're not cheap.
These are not your normal convenience stores. You just have to free your mind of what that is and really think about these as stores, grocery stores, restaurants, and of course gas stations.
Yeah. Have you tried the brisket at Buc-ee's?
I have not tried the brisket, but I have bought things off the jerky wall.
Okay, yes,
at Buc-ee's.
I've heard
There's
about
a
that,
jerky wall.
Awesome. Very good. Leslie Weidenbender, as always, great stuff. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks so much.
Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Inside Indiana Business. Thanks for joining us this week. I'm Gerry Dick. Go out and make it a successful week.
Been a while. What have you been up to?
Oh,
Oh, I see it's not flossing. I just added some secret weapons to my toolkit.
Huh?
They help me drill down further, digging deeper than I ever could before. Into my business and personal finances with Lake City Bank Digital.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Now let's take care of that tooth.
Add sharper tools for your money with Lake City Bank Digital.
You are all set, Brian.
I'm Devin.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gerry Dick, coming to you this week from Northwest Indiana, Jeffersonville, Muncie, South Bend, in downtown Evansville, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, Richmond, from one of the state's key entrepreneurial and innovation hubs, 16 Tech. Inside Indiana Business, Indiana's business news leader.
We are bringing the power of this to this with a new IBJ Media app. For the first time ever, you'll be able to get the Indiana Lawyer, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indianapolis Business Journal all in one place wherever you go. All across the state of Indiana, IBJ Media provides the news you need to know, and we're doing it now directly to your phone. To be a part of this, you can find it on your favorite app store. Just search IBJ Media.
Hi, I'm Dave Neff, host of Talent Scout.
On this show, we shine a light on Indiana's next generation of leaders who are making a difference in business, community, and civic life. These are real conversations about purpose, mentorship, and building a future that matters. Join me as we invest in leadership that lasts. Subscribe now on your favorite podcast app or listen at ibjpodcasts.com.
On the go? So are we. Get the IBJ Media app, your all-in-one news source for Indiana business news. Get breaking news alerts, read every story from IBJ, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Lawyer, and listen to your favorite podcasts all in one place. Big news, small screen. Search IBJ Media and download the app today.